So, three major veins they open in the right auricle. Among them, superior vena cava, it brings deoxygenated blood from various parts of the body and especially the upper parts of the body, and that deoxygenated blood is poured into the right auricle. Now, as blood gets poured along the gravitation, therefore, there isn't any need of the wall. So, opening of superior vena cava is without wall. Then about the inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava brings deoxygenated blood from lower parts of the body, and that blood is then poured into the right auricle against the gravitation, and therefore there is a risk of backflow of blood, and thus there is a need of wall too. And the name of that wall is, yes, Eustachian wall. Then the third, that is coronary sinus. It also brings deoxygenated blood from various parts of the heart, various cells of the heart, and that gets poured into the right auricle against the gravitation. Hence, there is also a need of wall, and the wall guarding the opening of coronary sinus is the Thebesian wall. All these three walls, they allow the unidirectional flow of blood and prevent the backflow of blood. All the walls present in the heart, yes, they allow the unidirectional flow and prevent the backflow of the blood. Now, yes, towards the left auricle. Left auricle is smaller than the right auricle. Its wall is more thick. Then it receives oxygenated blood from lungs with the help of 4 pulmonary veins in 2 pairs. One pair it comes from right lung and one pair it comes from left lung. Both the pairs, yes, both the pairs means in all 4 pulmonary veins, all of them they bring oxygenated blood and pour that blood into the left auricle. As position of lungs is higher with respect to the position of heart, therefore, yes, blood is poured along the gravitation, and hence there isn't any need of a wall. So all the 4 pulmonary veins, their openings are without walls. Now all the oxygenated blood gets collected in the left auricle. Now what is the condition in heart? All the deoxygenated blood is collected in right auricle and all the oxygenated blood gets collected in left auricle. Now about the, yes, openings which are present on the septum, which divides respective auricles from the ventricles. Now first about the right auricle and right ventricle. Yes, a septum separating right auricle from right ventricle is, yes, auriculoventricular septum. And in the middle of that there is one opening called as the, yes, right auriculoventricular opening, and that opening is guarded by a tricuspid wall, means a wall with how many flaps? 3 flaps. Tri means 3 and cusp means wall. So that opening is guarded by tricuspid wall, which is a wall with how many flaps? 3 flaps. So what is the function of tricuspid wall? To allow the unidirectional flow of blood from right auricle to the, yes, right ventricle, and to prevent the backflow from right ventricle, yes, into the right auricle. Same is the case here in, yes, left side of the heart. Left auricle opens in left ventricle with the help of opening called as left auriculoventricular opening, which is guarded by a bicuspid wall, means wall with how many flaps? Of course 2 flaps, anotherly called as mitral wall. Again the function is same, to allow the unidirectional flow of blood from left auricle to the left ventricle and to prevent the backflow of blood from, yes, left ventricle again to the left auricle. So this is all about the, yes, walls which are present on the, yes, auriculoventricular septum. Auriculoventricular septum. Now regarding the ventricles. Information regarding the ventricles. Ventricles are the, yes, lower chambers. They are the inferior chambers according to their position. They are thick walled than the wall of the auricles. Then they are blood distributing chambers or blood pumping chambers. Ventricles are blood distributing chambers or blood pumping chambers. Why are they called so? Because, yes, blood inside the ventricles is pushed into the respective aortae. Blood present in right ventricle, that is deoxygenated blood, that is pushed into the pulmonary aorta towards the lungs, and blood present in the left ventricle, that is oxygenated blood, that is pushed into the systemic aorta for its distribution to the various parts of the body. And thus in this way, there are two large aortae which distributes the blood to the various parts of the body from both the ventricles. Now regarding right ventricle, all the deoxygenated blood, it gets pushed towards the pulmonary aorta, pushed inside the pulmonary aorta towards the lungs, and it gets bifurcated into two pulmonary arteries, left and right pulmonary arteries. Left pulmonary artery is associated with left lung and right with the right lung, and thus all the deoxygenated blood, it is carried towards the or conducted towards the lungs. Inside the lungs, that deoxygenated blood gets converted into oxygenated one by the addition of oxygen through the process oxygenation, and the entire oxygenated blood is then again brought into the left auricle and collected there. Now some more information regarding the ventricles. Both the ventricles, means right and left ventricles, are separated from each other with the help of one longitudinal and oblique septum, and that longitudinal and oblique septum is nothing but interventricular septum, IVS. So on the inner linings of the walls of the ventricle, there are certain elevations. The larger elevations are called as papillary muscles. Larger elevations are called as papillary muscles, and smaller elevations are called as columni carni. Smaller elevations are called as columni carni. Now, thread-like structures present in both the ventricles, they are called as chordae tendineae. Some thread-like structures are present, which control the opening and closing of wall inside the heart. They are called as the chordae tendineae, thread-like structures present in the ventricles. Now, one end of these threads is attached to the flap, and the other one to the papillary muscles. And due to the contraction of papillary muscles, these threads, they get pulled and the wall get open. So the opening and closing mechanism of tricuspid and bicuspid wall is in the hands of chordae tendineae, means indirectly in the hands of papillary muscles. Why? Because one end of this chordae tendineae is attached to the papillary muscles. Now function of this valve is again the same, and the chordae tendineae, they are responsible for the opening and closure of these valves. Now regarding some more valves present in the heart in respective aortae. Pulmonary aorta and systemic aorta. From right ventricle arises pulmonary aorta, and from left ventricle arises systemic aorta or body aorta or great aorta or simply aorta. It can also be called as systemic arc or simply aorta. Now both of these aortae, they are guarded by semilunar valves. Again the function is same. Once the blood is pushed from right and left ventricle into these respective aortae, that should not get backflow, है ना, उनका ब्लड का बैकफ्लो होना नहीं चाहिए. एक बार वेंट्रिकल से ऑरिकल में, है ना, वेंट्रिकल से ऑरिकल में ब्लड का बैकफ्लो नहीं होना चाहिए. एक बार वेंट्रिकल से एओर्टी में गया हुआ पुश किया गया ब्लड जो है वो वापस वेंट्रिकल में नहीं आना चाहिए. इसलिए यहाँ कौन से वॉल्व होते हैं? सेमिलुनार. दोनों एओर्टा में एक ही प्रकार का वॉल्व है और द नेम ऑफ दैट वॉल्व इज सेमिलुनार वॉल्व. Both of these valves, semilunar valves, they prevent the backflow of blood, into the respective ventricles. Thus, this is all about the auricles and ventricles and about the internal structure of heart. तो इसमें दो ऑरिकल्स है, दो वेंट्रिकल्स है है ना। सुपेरियर वेना कैवा है, इंफेरियर वेना कैवा है, कोरोनरी साइनस है। सुपेरियर वेना कैवा का कोई वॉल्व नहीं, इंफेरियर वेना कैवा का स्टेचियन वॉल्व है, कोरोनरी साइनस का थिबेशियन वॉल्व है, राइट ऑरिकल और राइट वेंट्रिकल के बीच में ट्राइकस्पिड वॉल्व है, लेफ्ट ऑरिकल और लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल के बीच में बाइकस्पिड वॉल्व है, और दोनों एवोर्टी में, है ना, सिस्टेमिक एवोर्टा और पल्मोनरी एवोर्टा, दोनों एवोर्टी में सेमिलुनार वॉल्व्स है, सेम प्रकार के वॉल्व्स है ना। 4 पल्मोनरी वेन्स ओपन होते हैं लेफ्ट ऑरिकल में, लेकिन चारों के कोई वॉल्व नहीं है। तो इस प्रकार से ऑरिकल्स जो है वो ब्लड रिसीविंग चेंबर्स है, और वेंट्रिकल्स जो है वो ब्लड पंपिंग चेंबर्स है, या फिर यस ब्लड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग चेंबर्स है। तो राइट वेंट्रिकल में का जो ब्लड है वो लंग्स की तरफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होता है, और लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल में जो ब्लड है ऑक्सीजनेटेड वो अलग अलग बॉडी पार्ट्स के तरफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होता है। तो उन बॉडी पार्ट्स के तरफ जो हार्ट से डिस्टेंट लोकेशन पे है, दूर है। तो इसीलिए लेफ्ट ऑरिकल की जो वॉल होती है वो लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल की जो वॉल होती है वो राइट वेंट्रिकल के वॉल की कंपैरिजन में थिक होती है, क्योंकि उसे ज्यादा प्रेशर टॉलरेट करना पड़ता है, ज्यादा फोर्सफुली ब्लड पंप करना पड़ता है बॉडी एओर्टा में या फिर सिस्टेमिक एओर्टा में, ताकि हमारे हाथ पैर की जो उंगलियां हैं, जो हमारे बॉडी के डिस्टेंट पार्ट्स है एज कंपेयर टू द पोजीशन ऑफ हार्ट इन द बॉडी, तो यस उसके लिए ज्यादा प्रेशर से ब्लड पंप करना होता है, और उसका इनडायरेक्ट ये जो है वो टॉलरेट करना पड़ता है लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल की वॉल को। इसीलिए नेचर ने सबसे थिक बनाई है लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल की वॉल। तो अगर हम थिकनेस के हिसाब से कंपेयर करने जाए तो राइट ऑरिकल की वॉल सबसे थिन है, फिर उससे थोड़ी थिक है लेफ्ट ऑरिकल की वॉल, उससे ज्यादा थिक है यस राइट वेंट्रिकल की वॉल, और सबसे ज्यादा थिक है यस लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल की वॉल। तो जेड के आकार में आपने ध्यान में रखना है कि यस सबसे थिन राइट ऑरिकल, उससे थोड़ी थिक लेफ्ट ऑरिकल, उससे और ज्यादा थिक यस राइट वेंट्रिकल, और सबसे ज्यादा थिक जो है वो है लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल। तो इस प्रकार से दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ हार्ट।